Hello, and welcome to our short conversation about using the Alveary as a tool. I'm Shannon Whiteside, Program Director, and this is Kerri Forney, CMI Board Member and Curriculum Developer.
Thank you for joining us today. Shannon, we know that there were a lot of subjects in Charlotte Mason's timetables, and thus in the Alveary today. Sometimes people feel overwhelmed by the possibilities. What might be some ways to deal with the overwhelm?
Well, first, it might be helpful to remember that teachers are people too, and are learning and growing just like our students. Everyone has to go through the learning curve and spend time understanding Mason's principles and then slowly implementing her methods and making them more and more part of our teaching and a part of our lives.
Absolutely. And it's easy to see the schedule and think that you are failing right from the start because you're not doing them all. But starting with what you can manage successfully is a good place to begin, even if that means just one subject. The lesson plans are set up so that you can learn by doing. Follow the pattern in the plans, and you are learning about the methods as you go. This was the main reason that we started the Alveary in the first place. We wanted people to be able to learn the methods by doing them because kids don't wait for us to be fully educated in a new way of learning and living before they start school. They keep growing up.
Right, we can't stop time. Then, as you feel comfortable and get into the rhythm of a few subjects, add more. We hear a lot about growth mindset these days, and it makes sense that if we are telling ourselves that it is okay to learn and grow, and that I don't have to be perfect at this, we will enjoy the process more. And we will also model for our kids what it takes to learn new things.
Yeah, and it's easy too to think that everyone else out there is doing all the subjects for all the grades all the time, and you are the only one who isn't. Even a school that's big enough to have a classroom for each grade has probably made some choices about the subjects. Maybe they do PE in the afternoons and focus on several different sports throughout the grades and tailor them to fit their weather and their facilities. Another might include several local history site visits and have to take out a book or two here or there in order to make room for that.
Right. And many moms I know only do two Shakespeare plays a year when their kids are younger, and maybe only one of Plutarch's Lives because of piano lessons on one day or community Bible study on another day. There are so many different contexts and situations that homeschool families, micro schools, co ops, hybrid schools, and larger schools find themselves in. Everyone has to make choices and adapt the curriculum to fit the needs of the students and of the teachers.
Yeah, and even if you only have one student left at home, like I do, there are certain changes that have to be made to fit the situation. Maybe my student wants to learn how to cook before heading off to school and apartment life. So, menu planning, grocery shopping, meal preparation, cleanup might take longer than typical afternoon activities. So, sometimes I have to drop a book or a subject or something here and there in order to accommodate the student's schedule because of outside classes, part time work, whatever the situation might be.
Right. And part of growing as a student and a teacher is learning how to manage our time. It is normal to feel like it takes you and your students longer to get through the lessons in term one. Then, as habits are formed and difficulties are getting smoothed out, term two seems to flow a bit better. Then, by term three, the schedule looks much more doable because everyone has gotten into many of the rhythms of life needed to work throughout the day. Or it can be a bit of a train wreck because everyone wants to be outside. Troubleshooting is normal at any point and is common to us all. We are all growing people.
Yeah, and it's helpful to remember too that education is for life. The school years are only the beginning of our relationships with all the areas of knowledge of God, humanity, and the natural world. Students have many years, Mason says, to attain the mature point of view. Learning does not end after graduation, and students have their whole lives to continue building their relationships with books and things, just like you having interests and knowledge now that you never would have anticipated when you were in high school. Your student will continue to grow and change as well. As Mason says, we are working in this relational education paradigm to set our students' feet in a large room upon graduation. They will have so many ways to go and grow.
These are topics our Alveary members discuss together frequently in our Hive community and online meetings. It can be so encouraging to grow and learn with others, and we'd love for you to join us. Thank you for watching.